Tip goes to Abdullah Fall, and this ball game is underway. And up and in for Intizami off the feed from Will Casey, and a great start for the Warriors. Official start time 1:02 today. Always interesting to see how teams come out after a long break. Hoping for great energy today for the Warriors. That's going to be a turnover on the Wabash Valley Warriors. Walters to Casey. Abdullah Fall now gives it up to Will. Wabash in a man-to-man. Fall going to go baseline, and it won't go, but it's a blocking foul. So Abdullah will go to the free throw line. Where I'm sure that the time change probably caused a few people to not be able to work it into their schedule. And the weather in general may have people out doing some things, getting ready for the possibility of being stuck inside for a few days. Shot clock's at 14, and now we have a travel violation, another turnover on Wabash Valley. Walters, Casey, Allen Johnson, Fall, and Intizami on the floor. Starting 5 tonight for the Warriors. Casey into the lane, puts it up, rattles, wouldn't go. Intizami knocked it loose, but into the hands of Kevion Ford out of Memphis, Tennessee. 3-0 Indian Hills lead. A couple of turnovers early on Wabash. Across the way, three-pointer coming here. Off the rim, no good. Fight for the basketball, and we're going to have a foul here. And I think no good, but a foul, and that's going to send Walters to the free throw line. Foul charge to Wabash Valley, number 24. That's going to go against number 24, Trevion Ford, his first and a third team foul. Walters to the free throw line, 77.8%, and he got the first. That's good. If he misses too many, he may have to give any Christmas presents back. Missing free throws is not tolerated in the Walters household. And he got them both. Good job, Trenton. Hey, Rochelle Cornish is here. Alan Lana Rice, she's in the house, and it was nice to meet Rochelle. We see that name come across all the time, and got to actually meet Rochelle tonight. So that's great, and I see her down there watching the game with Al, and Al is celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday to Al Rice. Tuned in. Nancy Ritter, Damerville tuned in. Jeff and I are watching Go Warriors. Zeke Flick tuned in, as is Lisa Van Clavern. And we welcome everybody in. Our first game coming out of the break. Indian Hills ranked number 9 in the country. And it's that time of year now where you really have to get her going. Three-pointer is good there by Daniel Robinson. As things go fast and furious now, you blink and it's March and you're into the postseason. So we've got the big one. They're both at home. Southeastern is Hall of Fame induction night. So we'll have those inductions going on. That'll be fun. And that one stayed on the rim and went in. We got a tie ball game. That was Ford who put that one in. And the 5-0 lead is gone just like that. Will Casey. Backhanded layup, fancy basketball from Will Casey. Indian Hills in the man-to-man. That is what we play. It looked there like Ford may have passed on a basket there, but he tried to make the extra pass, which coaches certainly can appreciate, but unfortunately Kevin Anthony maybe wasn't ready. That one's front of the rim, no good. Knocked out of bounds. Indian Hills basketball. My dad is tuned in. Zebin Gatson, who's Remember this Indian Hills basketball team, the great Gadsden? Not able to be here today. Intizami fights off the contact and puts it in. Off the feed from Will Casey. Well, Gadsden had 19 points last time out against Wabash Valley. Zebin, the 6'2 freshman out of Akron, Ohio. Costello trotting down to check in. Sporting the headband tonight. That's a new look, I think. Fall away, no good. Intizami tracks it down in the corner, and here come the Warriors. Casey, step through. Shot up, no good. Got it back, knocked away. And here comes Wabash Valley with Indian Hills leading by 5. Alan Johnson on the defense there. Got away with a little bit of contact. And that three-pointer is good. Chandler out of Fishers, Indiana, knocked that one down. 2-point ball game. Alan Johnson gives it up to Walters. Walters looking for a friend, and he finds Alan Johnson. And that one's off the rim, no good. Casey fights for the rebound. Keeps the possession alive for Indian Hills. Good effort there by Will Casey. Now he's into the lane, puts it up, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. He'll be released. I've been watching for it. Nick Nilsson and Brandon Goebel, the JUCO advocate himself, have that JUCO Jam, all things JUCO basketball, and it's a great show to watch, and so we look forward to the next episode. So, Nick, what can you tell us? When will we see the next JUCO Jam? Will Casey got them both. Will's got 4 points in the ball game now. Into the lane, and turning around and putting it in is Musha Burton. The Texas Ranger, Quentin Perkins, in the ball game now, as is this big fella who turns, no good. It's going to be an offensive foul. J.V. Dashagas in the ball game for the Warriors, and the official says he got an elbow into him, so the call goes against Dashagas. His first foul on the Warriors. Let's see, Bob and John and Gail watching from Florida. Aisha Powell, Aisha Lynn's mom, tuned in. Number 33 is Grigsby, and he had 12 points against us last time. Young man out of Texas. Three-pointer coming here is off the front of the rim, and Costello's out of there with it. Costello looking to go to the hoop. That's swatted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. And by staying with the Warriors, I mean Indian Hills. Caden Nation will come in for Will Casey. 14:37 left to go in the opening half of basketball. So good to be back in action. Walters thought about it. Now he flips it to the corner. Warriors working around the perimeter. Caden Nation, no good. Still looking for our first Morgan's Corner three-pointer of the new year. Out of bounds, Warrior basketball. Turnover on Barber. Walters, Nation, Costello, Dashagas, and Perkins on the floor right now for the Indian Hills Warriors. Costello to Walters. Now back to Mason. Mason looking for an opportunity to get the three-pointer up and away. Couldn't do it there, but now he does. Yes, sir! Morgan's Corner three-pointer. The headband's a keeper, it looks like. And I think he's got a haircut there, too. Short hair and the headband. I'm liking it. Got the semi-pro look going on there. Little Jackie Moon action. That's up and in. Corey Furlow. Indian Hills by 3. Nation has it knocked loose. Out of bounds, stays with Indian Hills.
Returning for Wabash Valley, number 2, Daniel Robinson. Number 5, Clay Butler. 20 Indian Hills, number 2, Monte Allen Johnson.
Monte Allen Johnson back in the ball game for Indian Hills. Hey, it's Schroeder Graphics Day at the arena inside of Chagas. And he's fouled. He is a big human being. There's no doubt about that. To pull off the win there at the national tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas. Chagas got them both. The lead is 5 again for Indian Hills. Taken away by Big Money, and he's got a clear path to the hoop. He lays it up and in. Easy bucket for Amante. And the Warriors of Indian Hills have our largest lead, 7. Shot clock at 13, still time for Wabash. Grigsby spins, fades away, and shot that one into a little bit of a side wind, I think. A little bit off the mark. Foul there coming, and it'll be Indian Hills basketball. Got him both. He is a 64.7% free throw shooter coming in. Hasn't been to the line a whole lot this year. That was just his 18th and 19th free throws of the season. And we're going to have a foul coming here, and that's going to send Kevin Anthony to the free throw line. 9-point Indian Hills lead with 12:17 to go. During our first break, we'll have our Warehouse Barbecue and Brew honorary faculty and staff starting a lineup. Chance to meet the folks that make things go around here at Indian Hills Community College, the faculty and staff. We've got a great group of folks. 80% free throws shooter. Got 1 of 2. But Wabash tracks down the rebound, gives himself another opportunity. Up top, three-pointer coming. Back of the iron, front of the iron, no good. Out of bounds, should be Indian Hills basketball, and it is. I think that went out off of Trevion Ford. And that'll bring us to our under 12 media timeout, I believe, and it does. And Kelsey Weeks will join me on the Hy-Vee halftime today to talk about that and all things Indian Hills Community College. We look forward to visiting with Kelsey. Warrior basketball after the timeout. Allen Johnson, Nation, Costello, Perkins, and Simmerich on the floor for Indian Hills. We dump it down to Vlad. Vlad up and under. Well, his layup came up short, and out of there with it is Burton. And Tazami set to check back in. Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Vlad. Just the third team foul. The first on Simmerich, and Intizami is looking to come into the ball game. And he will come in for Vlad.
Returning for Wabash Valley, 25.
Well, due to some weather-related issues with the arena, our last 2 home games, we had to play at sites off campus. We want to thank Ottumwa Community Schools for helping us out, and Eldon, Cardinal of Eldon, for helping us out. Thank you very much to those school districts. Back in the Hellier for this one with Wabash Valley, and intend to be in the Hellier the rest of the basketball season for the home games. Three-pointer coming here is off the iron, no good. Costello out of there with it. Perkins to Nation. Caden trying to back his man down. Now turns, shoots it high off the front of the rim, no good. 10:33 to go in the opening half. Indian Hills leads at 21-13. A battle of the Warriors, the Wabash Valley Warriors and the Indian Hills Warriors. They dump it down to Anthony, and he kicks it out. Three-pointer. Rattled, wouldn't go, and Intizami grabs the board, gives it up to Perkins. Allen Johnson to Intizami, gets his man in the air, couldn't finish, but Caden Nation is right there, and he couldn't finish. Indian Hills misses a couple of bunnies, unfortunately, and now a foul. So not a great turn of events for Indian Hills on that one. Foul went against Jamal, his first, fourth team foul. Abdullah Fall is back out there for Indian Hills. Fall, Intizami, Allen, Johnson, Nation, and Costello on the floor right now for your Indian Hills Warriors. Intizami jumps, forced the ball to be picked up on the dribble. Grigsby guarded by Nation. Knocked loose by Costello. He takes it away. Tried to lob it up ahead to Abdullah. Got knocked down right back to him. He turns, shoots, no good. Into the hands of Abdullah. He'll dribble out. Intizami thought about it. He gives it to Caden. No good. Indian Hills now 1 of 4 from three-point land. Just one Morgan's Corner three-pointer. That came from Costello. And now a timeout for Wabash Valley. That's a 32nd timeout. We'll take a quick break. Costello takes it away, puts it in. A young man out of Waukee, Iowa, the 6'4 freshman. Averages 9.5 a ball game. Almost took it away again. 6 turnovers on Wabash. 3 on Indian Hills. Shot clock at 5. Grigsby from the baseline. Wouldn't go. And a foul coming, and I think it's going to be Indian Hills basketball here. We're going to have actually free throws coming, I believe. Monte misses the second. 11-point Indian Hills lead. Loose ball. Fight for it, and Wabash Valley lucky to come out of there with it as it bounced around. But AT's able to derail that one. Now the Warriors up ahead, and we turn it over to the Warriors. Step back 3 is off the mark. Abdullah's got it. Will Casey back on the floor. Kicks it out to Jamal. Yes, sir. Morgan's Corner three-pointer for Jamal Intizami. That's his 3rd of the season. And the Warriors take the 27-13 lead. And somewhat maybe quietly, we've opened up a pretty good lead here now. The takeaway again. Up ahead, Abdullah hangs in the air, puts it up, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. Boy, if he could have got the handle initially, and he's smiling, he knows it. It could have been hey baby time right there. And Abdullah splashes both of them. 29-13, Warriors lead. To the hoop. No good. Good take there by Robinson, but he couldn't finish. Now Will Casey trying to weave through traffic, out of bounds. Indian Hills basketball. Nope. And now a change of heart. It is Wabash basketball. (29-13), Indian Hills in the lead. First game after the break. Scheduled 7 o'clock tip, but early tip today to get out ahead of the weather that is expected here across southern Iowa. Some places saying, most places saying it's hard to predict, but we could get anywhere from a few inches to 12 to 14 inches. So we'll see what happens, and it only made sense to get Wabash heading east before that stuff comes in. Nice spin move there by Trenton, and I'm afraid they're going to call him for a travel. Doggone it. That would have been awesome. But he slipped, and before he could get the ball up in the air, the official says, nah, I don't think so, young man. Hey, the mayor of Centerville, Mike O'Connor, tuned in, the legendary voice of Centerville athletics, former voice of UNI, the UNI Panthers, back in the late 60s into the 70s. There's a press box named after him in Centerville. Fletchering Lounge. Timeout called here as the Indian Hills Warriors make it tough to inbound for Chandler. And 32 left to go in the opening half of basketball. Indian Hills with a 16-point lead. baseline and couldn't finish but gets the foul. That is Sherrod Dent Jr., a 6'6 sophomore out of Chicago, Illinois, that'll go to the line. Angie. And Barber gets them both. A little full court pressure coming now from Wabash Valley. Let's see if we can get some easy buckets out of it. To the corner, A.T. Manuan. And that one was in a tailwind, a little bit long, but it is knocked out of bounds by Will. Bring it in from under our basket into Will Casey. And he's going to dribble out. J.B. Dashagas. Oh, boy. It's going to be a foul. And he's going to go to the free throw line. And, and J.B. got them both. Warrior lead is back to 16. Indian Hills 7 of 20 from the floor, 2 of 6 from three-point land, 14 of 16 from the free throw line. We have forced some turnovers. That is the 8th now that the Warrior defense of Indian Hills has forced. Will Casey, he's going to go baseline, and he's going to lay it up and in, and he's going to draw the foul. Will Casey, and Will unable to finish the three-point play there. He's now 2 of 3 from the free throw line in this one. Knocked loose, but a foul. That goes against Trenton Walters. That'll be his first 7th team foul on Indian Hills. Shooter is going to be Muja Burton. And he got them both. Well, full court pressure again by Wabash. Hasn't been overly effective for them. Casey down the lane, lays it up and in. Easy bucket for Will. Caden Nation set to check back in for Indian Hills. Three-pointer is good by Sherrod Dent, or Jamil Barber, I guess. It looks like a 23 to me. No, that was Sherrod Dent. There, I got it right that time. Perkins is going to go to the free throw line, where he is a 78.6% free throw shooter. Warrior lead is 15. And Perkins gets them both. We'd love to know where you're watching from. If you want to shout out, we'll shout back. Mallory Joe Waltering tuned in. Good to see that name come across. Mallory, hope you had a great holiday. Knocked loose by Wabash, and then Caden Nation gets the swat on it, and Indian Hills comes out of there with it. A.T. thought about going to the hoop, now pulls back, gives it to Walters. Walters into the lane, and he's going to put it up, and no good, but I believe there was a foul, which means it'll be free throws coming for Trenton. Hills. And Walters, who made a couple early, goes back to the free throw line where he gets that one. He's 3 of 3. He's a 77.8% free throw shooter for the Warriors. And Costello is coming in for Manuan. The Warriors have built the lead. Indian Hills, that is, to 18 now. And that one's no good. Whoops. That's a rules violation as Clay Butler lost his footing. And he's called for a travel. 4:15 to go in the opening half. Nation, Walters, Perkins, Dashagas, and Costello on the floor for Indian Hills. J.B. Dashagas makes his way to the hoop, turns, and too strong. Robinson thought about 3. Instead, he dribbles in, comes up short on a shot, but got it back. Goes to the corner. Now they swing it around the perimeter. Long three-pointer here is a little off the mark from the right arm of Malachi Johnson. Will Casey with 8. And Jamal Intizami with 8, the two sophomores for Indian Hills. Having good games here coming out of the holiday break. Costello with 5, DeShagas with 4, Alan Johnson with 3, Walters with 3. Inside to Simmerich, and he is unable to finish. We've had a few opportunities, a few bunnies that have gotten away from us in this basketball game where we can be up even more than the 18 that we are. No good. Costello out of there with it. Nation has to get away from him, and that'll be a turnover on Indian Hills. That'll be our 7th turnover. There's been 9 turnovers on Wabash. 3 minutes to go, the opening half of basketball here on Schroeder Graphics Day at the Hellier Center. To the hoop and up and in. Good take there by Cammie Chandler. Went to the hoop strong and finished with a backhanded layup. Perkins off the rim, no good. And here comes Wabash. That seemed like a lot of steps, but he's going to get the foul call. So Barber probably got a break there. When it's short, grabbed by Perkins. And here come the Warriors. Costello thought about it. Down to the lane, dumps it for JV, and he is hammered. And he'll go to the free throw line. It takes a lot of force to bring that big fella to the ground. And he missed them both. So he's now 4 of 6. Indian Hills by 15. Looking to finish the first half strong. Ball on the floor. Walters has it. We're going to have a jump ball, and that's going to be possession, Indian Hills. Nation, Walters, Perkins, DeShagas, and Costello on the floor for Indian Hills as we dip under 2 minutes now left to go in the opening half. Walters with a crossover, up and under, got it to go. Good take there by Walters. Strong finish for the young man out of Frisco, Texas. And the lead is at 17 with $1:43 left in the half. Kelsey Weeks, our athletic director, joins me on the Hy-Vee halftime. Baseline jumper is good there by Burton. He's got 6 now. These two teams met on the 20th of November in Mount Carmel, Illinois, where Indian Hills came out of there with a 93-60 win on the road. And a foul. So free throws coming here for the Texas Rangers. It's almost like you're crowd surfing, only they flip you over. 17-point Indian Hills lead after Perkins got them both. He's got 4 points now in the ball game. Indian Hills, man-to-man. I'm telling you, something you rarely ever see us do is play zone or press. Now a lazy pass by DeShagas is taken away, and now a foul, and that's a bad turn of events.
Foul charge to Indian Hills, number 14.
Got them both. 53.5 to go in the half, and it is a 15-point Indian Hills lead. Walters swings it to Nation, goes inside to DeShagas, and comes up short on the layup. Indian Hills should get another possession. In theory, as there is time, about 6 seconds between shot clock and game clock. We're going to get it anyway because the Texas Rangers are going to take it away. Take it to the hoop, couldn't finish. Rebound Costello, no foul there. DeShagas has it knocked loose, and now the foul. I think the officials were thinking, let's just get this thing to halftime, but the contact just was relentless in for Vlad, and he will off the make there. Vlad has 3 fouls, or excuse me, DeShagas has 3 fouls. Blott coming in for DeShagas. 17.6 to go in the half. 16-point Indian Hills lead. So Wabash, it appears to be wanting to hold for the last shot here. Three-pointer. Back of the iron, no good. AT's got it, and that's how the half will close. Indian Hills will take a 43-27. Indian Hills Athletics. And we have Titus Lentring producing and directing, Emma Slaughter running our floor cam, and Mr. Stephen Goodwin is on the center cam for this one. Taken away by Abdullah Fall. He needs a friend now, and he will find Walters. Amante Allen Johnson gives it to Jamal. Now this is where Indian Hills, we just want to come out and let's take care of business. Let's not let this thing get tight in the second half. Amante, step through, gets it to Will. Will's going to let her fly from 3. It's off the mark, but Abdullah's got it. Second chance for Indian Hills. Abdullah, a lot of traffic under there. Let's see what the call is. I think we're going to have a foul on Wabash, and we'll see who they get. I think it's going to be number 15. It is. Welcome in, Ron. And Coach Sarah Ryder is watching. She's one of. Always great to see her there as well. Walters spins. Now into the lane. And now kicks it out to Casey. 10 on the shot clock. Will with the crossover. Down the lane. Dumps it to Jamal. Jamal. Wrap around out to Amante. Down to Walters. Shot clock at 2. We got to get a shot up. We're not going to do it, I don't think, are we? Yeah, Casey got it up. Yes, sir! A Morgan's Corner three-pointer. Will Casey beats the buzzer on the three-pointer and knocks it down for the corner. And the Warrior lead is 19. I didn't think there was any way he was going to get that shot off before the shot clock ran out. Now taken away by Abdullah Fall. Crosses over, steps through, and he is fouled by Barber. And to the free throw line now will go Abdullah. Just lead with 20, make it 21. We led by as many as 18 in the opening half. And we took a 16-point lead into the locker room. Again, this game was moved up in start time to get out ahead of the pending weather that we have potentially coming into southern Iowa. Foul there against the Warriors as Kevin Anthony will now go to the free throw line.
Foul charge to Indian Hills. Number 1, Will Casey.
That one is off the mark, and big money out of there with it. Amante is fouled there by Jamil Barber, and that's going to be 4 on Barber. Muja Burton is the leading scorer for Wabash. Oh, so he appears to be fouled out of the ball game. Will Casey has that swatted. And there's now 4 fouls on Barber and 3 on Furlow. So fouls are a problem for Wabash. Anthony misses the slam. And the Warriors with a 20-point lead. We turn it over there. Up ahead is Robinson. And that's going to be a basket and a foul. Foul on Will Casey. Iowa Media Network. Craig Ford and Oskaloosa won't be beat on price. Casey gives it up to Abdullah. Abdullah to the hoop, puts it up, no good. Grigsby's pass taken away by Walters, and basket and a foul, the Frisco Kid. He is so good at the basket. We list him at 5'9". I'm going to tell you, that young man has a rare ability to finish at the hoop. And he does so there. Gets the nifty little steal and then lays it in. He's got 7 points, and he's got a chance to make it 8 here and get the lead back to 20. And he does. Looking for a friend there is Burton, who's playing with 4 fouls. Or excuse me, who's leading the way for them with 6 points. He has just the 1 foul, actually. That one is short. And here come the Warriors. Abdullah into the lane and up and in. Abdullah's got 7, and the Indian Hills lead is 22. And with 16:53 to go, Indian Hills threatened to blow this thing wide open. As Wabash Bellevue, there are over 50 undergraduate and 30 graduate degrees online to choose from. Call Jim Overturf at 641-680-5664. 16:41 to go, and a 22-point Indian Hills lead. Abdullah Fall is going to be called for the travel there. We take the show on the road on Tuesday, traveling to Dixon, Illinois, the Sauk Valley area for Sauk Valley Community College. Coach Sharp and his crew, always tough to beat on the road. And that's an offensive foul on Grigsby. Good job there by Big Money to draw the charge. Grigsby has yet to score in the ballgame, and he had 12 against us over in Mount Carmel in November. So Indian Hills has done a great job of taking him out of the game offensively. Shot clock at 15. Will Casey is going to kick it to Abdullah. He thought about it. Taken away there by Burton, and he's going to go to the hoop and lay it up and in. A.T. Manuan and Caden Nation getting set to check in for Indian Hills. Abdullah puts it up, no good, but he'll go to the free throw line as he was fouled. Now 7 of 8. He came in 79.6% from the charity stripe, and he's been solid today. 7 of 8 for Abdullah Fall. And the Warrior lead is now 55-33, and that's Indian Hills Warriors. Wabash Valley, under the direction of head coach Terrence McGee, came in 7-6 on the season. Chandler hounded by Alan Johnson and Nation. He's able to get it out of there. Three-pointer from the corner is blocked by the Texas Ranger, Quentin Perkins. He got a piece of that one. Caden Nation trying to get it inside. We're going to have a foul here, and what do we have? And that's going to go against number 2, Daniel Robinson, and that is now 3 on him. And Chagas will go to the first. Couldn't get it to go. And now a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Indian Hills. That is Caden Nation who broke the rules. That is his first and the third team foul on Indian Hills. We're going to dip under 15 minutes left to go here. Saturday afternoon basketball for you from the Hellier Center in Ottumwa, Iowa, the city of Bridges. Nice finish there by Furlow to hang in the air and free himself up for the bucket. And it's a 20-point Indian Hills lead. Alan Johnson to A.T. Manuan. Shot clock at 12. Still plenty of time in the possession. Nation lost the handle. We got it back. Now to A.T. Now the shot clock's at 3. We got to let it fly. Alan Johnson does. Front of the rim, no good. Wabash out of there with it. Good defensive stand there by Wabash. Wabash Valley out of Mount Carmel, Illinois. Grigsby gets his first bucket of the ball game. He's out of Nacogdoches, Texas. I have no idea if I pronounced that right, but Nacogdoches. I should have asked Kelsey Weeks when she was up here. She's a Texas native, if she's ever heard of that one. And we stepped out of bounds there. So not a good run of events here, and I think that as expected, Coach Dewey's like, okay, wait a minute, let's calm things down. He's going to take a timeout. You're watching Go Hills TV, powered by JBS. 55-37 lead. Our biggest lead has been 22. A little bit sloppy of late. 12 turnovers now on Indian Hills, 17 on Wabash. Knocked out of bounds. And it's going to be Indian Hills basketball. Coach McGee disagrees. He was right there in front of it, but so was the official. Had a good look at it. So Indian Hills gets the ball. Chagas hands it off to Alan Johnson. Now Caden Nation. Wabash is playing very solid defense of late especially. But a little loose at times of the ball like there. Alan Johnson gets it back, puts it up and in. Big money. Takes it away and finishes. And Indian Hills lead is back to 20. Robinson spins, puts it up, and nice shot there by Daniel Robinson, 6'2 sophomore, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 57-39 now. Again, these teams met in Mount Carmel on the 20th of November. Indian Hills was a 93-60 winner. Yes, sir. A Morgan's Corner three-pointer for Caden Nation. Trying to answer back. Wabash couldn't do it. Nation with the rebound. 12:15 to go in this one. Caden down low to Dashagas, knocked loose, but into the hands of Perkins, and then knocked free from him by Robinson. Now Grigsby waits for Furlow. Burton. Nice finish there. Musha Burton had 10 against us last time out, and now he's got 10 again today. Young man out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's proven he can score. Caden Nation has to try to track that one down, then we throw it away. Up ahead, and swatted out of there by the Texas Ranger. Not under my watch. Quentin Perkins with a great defensive play. Wabash keeps their possession live up and under. What a finish there by Burton. So they get the bucket, but thanks to Perkins, they had to work a little harder than they thought they were going to have to. He laid down the law on that one. And now we're going to throw it over to Pastor Phil. By all accounts, probably could knock that one down if he needed to, but he chose, you know what, I'm comfortable here. I'm not going to take the shot. It's a 17-point Indian Hills lead. Basketball after the turnover. 15 turnovers. That won't make Coach Dewey very happy, but it is the first game out of the break. Hey, Chris Shondell. Hello from Texas. Missing you all in person. We miss you too, Chris. Hope you're having a good time down there in the great state of Texas, selling some caramel corn. Grigsby. To the corner, the three-pointer is no good. Grabbed out of there by Gabe Bird, young man out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and now a whistle and a foul. Intozami broke the rules. That's his third foul of the ball game, and 4 team fouls on Indian Hills. And that's going to be, I think, a foul on Costello. That's going to be a holding call. 5th team foul on Indian Hills. Burton got 12 in the ball game. Dumps it to Grigsby. Guarded by Will Casey. Spins, gets Casey in the air, puts it up and in. And Grigsby, who didn't score in the first half, now has 4 points in the ball game. He had 10 against us last time out. It's a 15-point game. Indian Hills got them by 33 at their place. So Coach Dewey is not expecting this now to get close in the second half, I'm sure. Costello. Yes, sir. A Morgan's Corner three-pointer from the young man out of Waukee, Iowa. Pulling off the Keith Van Horn look today. Zeke Flick giving us that reference. Wabash Valley wants a timeout. Coach McGee wants to chat about things. Full timeout. We'll take a break. You're watching Go Hills. Ball game. Indian Hills leading 63-45. And that pass through the hands of Grigsby, but he's able to track it down. Burton gives it back to Grigsby. Shot clock at 4. Don't foul now. Shot clock at 2. Burton's going to have to throw up the Hail Mary, and he will not find the iron. And that'll be a turnover on down, so to speak. A shot clock violation against the Wabash Valley Warriors. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Hope 2025 is a great year for you. Casey to Intozami, now to Walters. And we have a whistle. And a foul? Yeah, it is a foul. So it's going to be free throws coming.
His third personal, team 9.
Rattled and stayed in for him. Jamal is Iowa. Population 6,751. And right now, 19 points separate these two teams with Indian Hills on the plus side. 64-45. Almost a steal by Abdullah. But instead, knocking it down is number 12, Malachi Johnson. Casey, a little shimmy shake, crossover. Now he'll throw it to basically nobody, but Abdullah Fall was able to track it down and save it. Costello. Yes, sir. Morgan's Corner three-pointer for Mason Costello. Just gave him 2. Okay, well, the official down here gave the 3 signal, but must have just been 2. So lead is 19. 7:54 to go. No good, no foul. Tip back, no good, no foul. And there's the foul. Isn't it something how that tends to happen? That when they finally get fouled, they make the basket. So D. Jones is tuned in today. Appreciate D. To the corner, Abdullah Fall for 3. No good. Grabbed by Will Casey. 16-point Indian Hills lead. Costello to Intozami. Off the iron, no good. And here comes Wabash with 7:14 to go. Couldn't finish there. Costello's out of there with it. Gives it up to Trenton. Intozami turns, puts it in. Good finish there by Jamal. Jamal's in double digits with 11. He's having a big afternoon for Indian Hills and pushes the lead to 18. Dashagas and Perkins set to check in for Indian Hills. Looking for a Hy-Vee Warrior win and a travel. That'll be turnover number 20 on Wabash. On the floor for Indian Hills with 6:41 left to go in the ball game and an 18-point lead and the basketball. Costello dumps it into Dashagas. They want a 3-second call, and they're going to get it. And Coach Dewey wants probably an explanation of once he goes to the hoop, would it have been a suspended count? And I think it would be. However, once he stops, then the count picks right back up. Is the way I understand the rule. And I was a junior high basketball official, so give me some credit there. I'm sure the rules are exactly the same. Will Casey to Perkins. Perkins loses it. And turnover number 17 on Indian Hills. To play our first two conference games are at home. Marshalltown on the 11th, Saturday the 11th, and Southeastern on Saturday the 18th. The Southeastern one is Hall of Fame night here. Kenny Bednarik and the 1971 football team. Bednarik, a two-time Olympic silver medalist. Walters to Perkins. Casey, too strong, and grabbed by Daniel Robinson. 5 rebounds in the game for Burton. He leads the way for Wabash Valley. Indian Hills, Will Casey leading the way with 7. Will also has 11 points, tied for our team lead with Intizami. I'd like to see Will get at least 3 more rebounds, maybe. See Vic early. I've known Vic a long time. Always good to see Vic. And thanks for commenting in today, Vic. Costello to Perkins. Shot clock at 10. Inside Will Casey, and he's going to be fouled. Will go to the free throw line. That foul's going to go against Ford, who obviously did not have the 5 fouls that so that'll be 5. He should make this one, and he does. Will has 12 now. Indian Hills by 19. And a foul away from the basketball. That's going to go against Chagas. That is his front of the iron, no good. And Alan Johnson out of there with it. A little stutter and go. Now he'll pull back. Warriors of Indian Hills by 18. Simmerich. Hey, baby! Vlad Simmerich slams it home. That's a real rim rocker right there. And he draws the foul. Got it. Indian Hills by 21, 4:40 to go. Costello, Perkins, Casey, Alan Johnson, and Simmerich on the floor for Indian Hills. What a day for Chandler. Or excuse me, for Burton. I apologize. Averages 11.2. He's got 14, but he's been all over it. That's twice now he's had double digits against Indian Hills. Alan Johnson gives it to Vlad. Vlad to Costello. Yes, sir. A Morgan's Corner three-pointer for Mason Costello. And he now has 13 points in the ball game to take the lead in the scoring department for Indian Hills. And we match our largest lead of the game at 22 points with 3:51 to go. That one's short. Into the hands of Casey. A.T. Manuon looking to check in for Indian Hills. And Wills pass up ahead to Vlad. A little miscommunication maybe. It flies out of bounds. And Will come out. 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. Will again in this one. Burton got away with an errant pass there. Shot is no good. Big Money out of there with it. Leaves it for Vlad. Vlad, left-handed layup is no good, but he'll go to the free throw line. .24 Indian Hills lead now with 3:16 to go. 77-53. Indian Hills well in control here. That pass is off the mark. We'll see you back home here. 28th. Other than that, we're home for January. And we're on the road quite a bit more in February. 3 of our 5 games in February are on the road. Big Money Yes, sir. A Morgan's Corner three-pointer for Amante Big Money Allen Johnson. He's got 9 now, and Indian Hills leads by 27. I don't think there's going to be near enough time to get to the free tater olays, but at this point it looks like we are going to pick up our 14th Hy-Vee Warrior win of the season. Costello to Vlad, and Vlad to Amante. That one's blocked out of there by Grigsby. Johnson, Simmerich, and A.T. Manuan on the floor right now for Indian Hills. Costello with 13 points. Gives it to Perkins. Shot clock at 4. A.T.'s going to have to let it fly. Gives it to Perkins. Perkins, no good, but it did hit some rim. It'll go out of bounds. And the basketball will belong to Wabash with 2:03 to go. 27-point Indian Hills lead. So this one is well in hand. We have 7 Morgan's Corner three-pointers in the ball game. 7 of 19, 36.8%. That one's off the mark. They are 3 of 20 now from three-point land, and that's been a bit of a problem. Easy bucket there for Clay Butler, at a sophomore, 5'11", out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Averages 6.5 a game for him. That's his first 2 of this one. A.T. That might have been blocked. No? Just off the mark a little bit, huh? Okay. $1:34 to go, 25. Hey, we got a shout out to former Indian Hills coach Josh Sash, who's now an assistant with the Drake Bulldogs. What a season that they are having. So shout out to the Drake Bulldogs and Coach Sash. We got a big win over K-State. So we've been keeping an eye on our former coach, Coach Sash, and how the Bulldogs are doing. So kudos to them. Amante Allen Johnson, what a shot! A little turnaround fall away by Big Money, and he splashes it for an 82-57 Indian Hills lead. With 49 seconds to go, the only real question left is what will the final be? Off the mark, tip loose. Allen Johnson for Costello. Costello is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line with 38.3 seconds. Let's take a look at some of your final. Those are guys that I would suspect we won't see back on the floor, so close the book on them before the day. 7 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. That one's off the mark, and now knocked away and put up and in. Basket good by number 15, Corey Furlow. And with 16 seconds left to go, that should be our final score. We should be able to dribble this out, and it should be an 84-59 final for Indian Hills. It's a Hy-Vee Warrior win. Indian Hills will go to 14-4 on the year officially, and Wabash Valley goes to 7-7. And your 9th-ranked Warriors will head into next week with a